Open any social media app and you are immediately bombarded by teenagers flexing supercars and claiming massive passive income. It creates a convincing illusion that getting rich before graduation is common. But if we look at the stark mathematical reality, hitting $1 million net worth before turning 18 places a person in an extreme, razor-thin statistical anomaly. To understand why, we have to look at the math of traditional work. If a 16-year-old takes a typical summer job paying $15 an hour and works 40 hours a week every single week of the year, they earn about $31,000. Even if they saved 100% of that income with zero living expenses, reaching $1 million would take over 32 years. Yet a very small group of outliers bypasses this math entirely. People like Benjamin Kicks, who bypassed hourly wages and built a multi-million-dollar sneaker reselling empire at age 15. Looking closely at these specific outliers, a clear pattern emerges. They don't invent new economic rules. Instead, they execute a highly specific, repeatable, three-pillar framework. Reaching 7 figures as a miner relies on a very specific operational and legal architecture. When we break down this architecture, we can see exactly how it works. The first pillar addresses the problem of finite time. In a traditional job, you trade 1 hour of labor for 1 unit of pay. Because a day only has 24 hours, the maximum revenue a single person can physically generate is strictly capped. This chart shows the exact solution these outliers use. The flat line represents the hourly wage trap. The curve represents the first pillar, the scalable engine. This digital business model completely decouples time from revenue generation. A single teenager running a dropshipping store from their bedroom can route an order to a supplier on platforms like Alibaba. The teenager never holds inventory, touches a box, or rents warehouse space. They can process 10 orders a day or 10,000 orders a day using the exact same amount of their own physical time. Miners possess a unique asymmetric advantage here. They usually have zero overhead, no rent, no mortgage, and no dependents. This gives them extreme risk tolerance. Combined with an innate awareness of digital trends months before older generations catch on, they are perfectly positioned to capture online attention and convert it into sales. A scalable digital vehicle is a strict mathematical requirement. Without an engine capable of multiplying output beyond physical human hours, generating that volume of cash flow before adulthood is impossible. But a scalable engine immediately hits a massive legal wall. In the United States and most other countries, miners lack the legal capacity to sign binding contracts, open merchant accounts, or acquire business credit. To operate a financial empire, a teenager legally requires an adult to act as their shield. We can call this the parental loophole. If a digital store makes a sale, a payment processor like Stripe has to clear the transaction. These financial institutions require strict identity verification to comply with anti-money laundering laws. They will not clear payments for a 16-year-old. The account, the banking details, and the legal liability must sit entirely under the name of a parent or legal guardian. This schematic illustrates the standard legal vehicle used to hold those profits, the Uniform Transfers to Minors Act, or UTMA, account. It's a custodial brokerage account where the adult controls the deposit and investment choices as the custodian, but the teenager entrepreneur is the sole legal beneficiary of the assets. A teenager can design the perfect viral marketing campaign and source the most profitable product in the world. Without an adult fully integrated into their financial infrastructure to sign the paperwork, the operation stalls at checkout. Generating high cash flow is a completely separate skill from keeping it. The graveyard of young lottery winners and child stars proves that a massive influx of cash rarely survives without a preservation strategy. This flowchart tracks the cash. The true metric of wealth building is the savings rate, the percentage of income kept after expenses. These young entrepreneurs divert massive revenue away from easily accessible checking accounts, pushing the money into illiquid assets. Locking profits into index funds and ETFs acts as a mechanical shield against impulsive spending. By locking that money into broad market index funds at age 16 or 17, they leverage decades of compound interest. A significant portion of Warren Buffett's wealth came simply from allowing his assets to compound over an incredibly long time horizon. A teenager starting that entire process decades earlier creates a mathematical snowball that is exceptionally hard to stop. An extreme savings rate and aggressive investment strategy shield the teenager from the psychological trap of new money. It ensures the wealth actually survives their youth. Hitting your ultimate financial goals before your 19th birthday creates an unexpected psychological cliff edge. Society structures early adulthood around the struggle for financial survival. When that struggle is permanently removed, many young millionaires experience a profound sense of isolation. They face an early midlife crisis, staring into a void of decades without the standard external motivations of finding a job or paying rent. The social reality of early wealth is also highly abrasive. Purchasing a luxury supercar at age 18 rarely commands respect from peers or older colleagues. The default assumption from the outside world is simply that the teenager got extraordinarily lucky, or that they are spending their parents' money. Buying status symbols to gain external validation provides rapidly diminishing returns. The wealth isolates them from their peers, and the items they purchase fail to impress the older adults they do business with. The true utility of extreme early wealth is not the ability to purchase status, it is the ability to purchase permanent autonomy. It buys complete control over time and options. Navigating that autonomy requires highly defensive behaviors. It means dressing smartly to command respect from older business partners, maintaining a low profile to avoid unnecessary scrutiny, and practicing aggressive humility to stay grounded. The complete formula requires all moving parts: a scalable digital engine to generate the cash, a parental legal infrastructure to capture it, and an extreme savings rate to protect it from the person who earned it. The ultimate goal of the teenage millionaire isn't to look rich on a social media feed. It is to secure the permanent freedom to never have to work for someone else again.